I'm really enjoying the Division so far. I think the game is great, and although it can be a bit grindy at times, it has enough going for it to make me want to keep playing. That being said though, I do have some issues with the Dark Zone and the way that it is set up, with the vendors, the currency, the items, and all the balance of it. So today, I want to go over some things that I believe need to change, or else I am afraid that the Dark Zone will very soon lose its appeal to a lot of players. Let's go. I'm not even going to talk about the nerf on the Phoenix credits drop that they did a couple of days ago with the bosses. Not only because I do not think that it is permanent, I'm pretty sure that they just did the nerf as a temporal solution until they find a better balance, but I'm also not going to talk about it because I don't feel like the nerf was that bad. Yes, maybe getting 1 Phoenix credit for killing a boss can get me a bit salty at times, but 2 or 3 is actually pretty reasonable, especially considering that the items in the Phoenix credits vendor shops only cost between like 80 and 200 credits anyway. If you want, you can do your daily challenges, earn about 80 Phoenix credits from that, then hop into the Dark Zone for a few hours, get another 30 or 50 depending on how fast you are, and you can basically buy a new item. No, my issue is not with the Phoenix credits. It is, however, with the super unrewarding loot system. I remember when I first hopped into the Dark Zone, and it was a very cool experience. I had almost full blue gear, I had a couple of greens, but when I saw those purples drop in the Dark Zone, I got super excited because I was actually improving my character. That feeling, however, goes away very quickly once you've played a bit and you've geared up a decent amount with a couple of purples and a couple of yellows, because you will start to realize that once you finally hit that rank 30 and you can finally go to the Dark Zone vendors, there isn't anything that you want to buy because everything that they sell is so much worse than what you already have looted. But buying the items from the Dark Zone vendors isn't the only thing that you can do. You can of course also open those special Dark Zone chests as well. Except, for some reason, they drop blue items most of the time, and at the point where you are Dark Zone rank 30, they are pretty much worthless. The rank that you worked so hard for to get doesn't mean much because you cannot get any better items than that you already have. And this is where the experience starts to go downhill pretty fast, because right now you might be looking and getting that rank 50 to buy those high-end Dark Zone blueprints. But the problem is that when you're at the point in the game where you have character level 30 and Dark Zone rank 50, you will be looking to get the best gear and only the best. The only way to get that best gear, however, is through the level 31 high-end blueprints that can only be bought from the Phoenix vendors either at the base of operations or in the Dark Zone. So what ends up happening for those who try to max out their character? Well, they're gonna buy the high-end level 31 blueprints from the Phoenix vendors, and they're gonna try to craft the best items. But since crafting is completely random, they may end up crafting the same items over and over and over again until they get the perfect statistics. Of course, to supply this, they're gonna need a lot of crafting materials, and the best way to get those is by deconstructing other items. And this process basically turns every other item in the game into crafting materials, because anything that you can buy with the Dark Zone funds, loot from enemies, or extract in the Dark Zone isn't going to be as good as the things that you can potentially craft from those level 31 blueprints. When I hit the Dark Zone rank 50 myself, I ended up dumping all my Dark Zone funds into high-end gear and high-end mods, only so I could deconstruct those after to get more high-end crafting materials. Taking this away from the Dark Zone a bit, even the rewards that you get for completing challenge mode missions is level 30 high-end gear with random stat rolls, which is almost never going to be as good as the crafted level 31 gear. And instead of being happy with a nice high-end body armor piece, you end up seeing it as just another 2 yellow fabric pieces that you have to grind out. Rewards in this game become super underwhelming. Now, to fix the vendor issue a little bit is to lower the Dark Zone rank requirement that you need to buy some of the items. Maybe some of it require rank 5, some of it require rank 10, or you can maybe just remove the Dark Zone rank altogether. This will give players a chance to buy items in the vendors before they are completely obsolete. But I do also understand why that rank is there. It is to prevent players from going rogue and losing a lot of experience, and if there would be no rank in this game, you would just spend all your Dark Zone funds and then there would be no punishment for dying as a rogue agent, or, dying in general. But in its current state, the rank will not prevent players from going rogue at all. I mean, maybe it does right now for the first couple of weeks, but it will not be long until people start realizing that if they want to go rogue without punishment, they can just create a second account, boost it up to level 30, and then send all their high-level items to that level 30 account without a rank, and then just kill all the players in the Dark Zone you can find, basically all day. And it's not that hard to get another account to level 30. All you have to do is have a couple of friends who are already rank 30 and then make them do the last missions in the game over and over again while you sit back. I literally got to rank 19 in just 2 hours. So right now, the ranking system will not prevent me or any other players from endlessly and carelessly gunning everybody down on an alternative account where the punishment of losing rank and Dark Zone funds doesn't really matter. All the rank does right now is lock items away from the players who might be interested in buying it, and those players who can actually buy it have already played so much that what they currently have will always be better. Another issue that the Dark Zone rank has right now is that players cannot spend their Dark Zone funds and they're forced to stack them up, which basically means that every time that they die, they lose maybe 15 or 20,000 because they are carrying so much. And I believe that that makes the upcoming second account griefing problem even more so of an issue. I feel like a lot of the stuff in the Dark Zone works super well if you're just getting started, but it starts to fall apart as you play more and more. There are so many oversights that could have easily been prevented had they done some more testing with these features in, for example, the betas. Because that is what it is. The main issues I have with it are with the crafting, the higher level characters, the level 31 items and the Phoenix credits, all of which weren't tested in the beta. I mean, I understand that they wanted to keep at least a couple of things secret, but I feel like their lack of testing and experimenting with these things before release may soon start to backfire. And that's all I have to share with you today. As always, I will see you guys later, or like they say in the Netherlands, zie je later.